Hey guys, Will from Weekends on Wheels coming out to you today from the balmy, sweaty 30 degrees out here in Pennsylvania. After it's been about 5 degrees, so it's crazy how much warmer it feels. So next couple days, we're gonna go pick up our RV from the dealership. I was getting some repairs done. That's a whole other story tale for another time. We'll get there. But what I wanted to do is do a quick video for you guys today and show you some tools that we bring to pick up our camper. It's not a close thing. It's about 45 minutes for us to go there. So we want to make sure everything's good to go before we get out there and bring ourselves some tools and just things we do before we head out there. So let's jump on into it. So just some tools and stuff we bring and use before we get going. You'll probably notice I get a little crazy sometimes, but you know, there is that chance and we need something. We're like, oh, thankful that we have it. So always tire inflator, check your tire pressures, set of gloves, tire pressure gauge, keys. Make sure you got your keys to all your locks for your tow hitch or whatever you have locks on. We have one for our pin on the hitch, tongue pin, and holders for our bars. Our weight distribution bars are still with the RV. We leave them in there. Trailer tester plug. We have that 45-minute drive. Like I said, last thing we want to get out there and realize our trailer lights aren't working. So trailer tester plug. The only downfall to this is you still kind of need two people to run it. If you want to, you can do it by yourself and just keep going back and checking. It's only going to light up green if it's on an active circuit. So you do have to turn the flashers on, hit the brakes, put it in reverse, stuff like that for it to work. Next thing, the hitch grip. The thing is fantastic, life-changing, slips around the ball to lift up your hitch, makes life so much easier, worth about $20 or so. Next one, 12-volt hookup. We don't know what the battery is going to be like when we get there, so it'll give us power for our tongue jack. Plus, we kind of do an inspection every time we pick up the RV, so it'll give us power for the 12-volt system if the battery's dead, which I'm sure it probably is. So it's good to have that to get it set up. Driver size, one for the truck, impacts, one for the trailer. This is our 1 1/8 inch for the hitch. We have a cover for the ball. I like to leave it covered after I grease it. Torque wrench, fuse kit. Sometimes our jack blows fuses a lot, especially when it starts to get like really close to bottoming out. I think it's like a safety feature on ours. So we've blown a couple fuses. So fuses are always great to have. Just in case. And not pictured, but I did leave out my impact drill sometimes with those stubborn. If you got to change a tire or something to at least get it started, get the impact, and then torque it down when you're done. So yeah, this is the stuff we need and we bring with us, when we get started and get the truck. So first thing we're going to do, tire pressure and make sure our lugs are torqued. This is the first trailer of the going to be of the season upcoming. So we're going to go over the truck and we're going to get those lugs torqued, and we're going to check tire pressure. So I got our 21 millimeter socket. That's what my truck is. I'm going to get it on there, make sure it fits, just to double check. I'm going to get the torque wrench set. My truck is 150 pounds of torque. Always go by your specifications online, or your owner's manual, wherever you find your information. Don't go by what I do. Everyone's vehicle is different. Just like the trailer, our trailer is going to be different than your trailer, maybe. So always go by. I'm a click guy, old school wrench. The digital ones are out there. So drop a comment below. Are you digital or click? And we're just going to torque it. Remember, in the star pattern, all right, so those pesky lug nuts a little bit. I applied some rust free. Got a little drop of rust over it on the winter. So just let that sit on for a couple minutes and hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. We're going to start next, tires. My tires are 35 PSI per tire. I like to go to 36 on this because this one's always a little bit low. I just know that. So I go up to 36. I let it kind of even itself out, drive it around, let the sensors acclimate, and then go from there. I love about this pump, you preset it, you hit the play button, and wait till it's done. Easy as that. And you usually get some bleed out. That's why I go that extra PSI. All right, I'm going to hit the other tires, and we'll get on to the next thing. One thing I just thought of, if you hadn't noticed, I got to wear junkie clothes, otherwise my wife gets mad. So I'm going to have to get some nicer looking junkie clothes for you guys. All right, next we're going to talk about the hitch. Just to give you a real quick close-up. This is our hitch setup. We just got this E-trailer anti-rattle hitch. We're going to try it out for the first time on this tow. Obviously, your standard light. Connection 7-way, 4-way, and then we have the 2 rear lights. Great for backing up. They really are great. You can throw them on. We have them operated on a switch, so you just throw them on. It lights up the back. They're actually pointed down enough that it pretty much just illuminates this area. So it's not too crazy at campgrounds if we're going in at night, but highly recommend don't go at night. After dark, worst. That's when we actually almost had our first campground death match, shall we say. I don't know. First thing I'm going to start with is the gloves. It's getting a little chilly out here. Night's starting to come in. So I'm going to get some gloves on here. I'm going to start with the electrical connections. I have the 4-way plug-in for my taillight LED strip right now, but I'm going to unplug that. I'm going to throw in some electronic cleaner. Get that. It's going to clean up a little bit. We're going to put some dielectric grease on it. So I want to spray this first so it gets kind of cleaned out. Pretty gross. You know, picks up salt and stuff over the winter. Same thing with this. We'll clean this up. We'll do the same thing at the RV place. Get that cleaned up. So I'm going to go ahead and take out our hitch plug. These things, you know, I don't know. I feel like it helps maybe prevent a little bit of buildup of stuff inside. And everybody's different whether you talk to them. I think it helps a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to throw some Corrosion X in there. Good anti-rust and lubricant inside the hitch, just to get it cleaned up. I'm going to get underneath and just take a peek underneath, see if anything happened, anything looks off. We're working on a 2012 here, so a little bit of rust, but nothing terrible. New Hampshire undercoating. Just did it this year. Oil-based undercoating. Great. Highly recommend it. Do it in the fall. Redo it next fall. You know, during the summer is not too bad, but especially here in the Northeast, the salt, absolutely horrible. So everything looks pretty good under there. So next thing I'm going to do is take a look at this, see if this is dry. This is the trailer plug I was talking about, the tester, 7-way plug. Be careful when you buy this. Depending on how your notch is, you might buy the one that actually puts it upside down. This one works from the left, from the top, and to the right. You just have to move this over and kind of peek in. But some of them, if your notch is on the bottom, make sure you get the right one, because looking underneath is a little challenging. So I'm going to throw this in. We'll throw the lights on in the car. We'll test the 4 ways, make sure that's good. Brakes, reverse, all that kind of stuff. We'll test. I'm going to do that later when Ashley comes home and I have an assistant. But for now, you just put it in there, test it. Flip to this side, same thing. Like I said, this isn't a required step. If your trailer's at home, no big deal. You just hook up your trailer. But for us, it's a 45-minute drive, and the last thing we want to do is get to the RV place and realize our lights aren't working or our plugs aren't working. So, great tool to have. I'll test it later, but plug it in, make it. It's got to have a live circuit, so the lights won't turn on unless the circuit's live. So you got to turn on each thing. Next is the favorite hitch grip. This thing is life changing. Check it out. Slides onto the ball like this. Holds it. I could just sit here all day. I mean, eventually it'll get tiresome, but just line it up. Get that in there. Take it off. This thing, best $20 I ever spent. Hitch pin. I'm going to throw some corrosion X on this as well, but not required. No rhyme or reason to it that I know of. Correct me if I'm wrong. Throw it in a comment below, but I don't know. I think it matters. I'm always from the right kind of guy. So I always insert from the right-hand side. I'm sure everybody's got their thing. And then we're just going to tighten this anti-hitch rattle that we got from E-Trailer. And we're going to test it out, see how it works. I'll let you know. This is just real products we buy. Nothing's paid here. We got no promotions. We got no sponsors, nothing. So it's not sponsored by anything. This is just my real opinion. What you see is what you get. I'm also going to pop some corrosion X in here. You can also use T9. I'm going to throw some T9 into the keyhole when I'm done here. Now we're getting somewhere. All right. Last order of business here, as far as the hitch goes, is or let's not get there yet. We're gonna throw the dielectric grease on the connections for the ear here. Just a little bit of dielectric grease. It's a good insulator. I throw some on this brush. I just open this up and then just throw some on the connections. Always remember the 4-way. I know as RVers we're used to just doing the 7-way plug, but always remember to take care of everything. I'll get this back in because my light strip taillight stays in there anyway. So, and last thing, I'm going to throw some moly grease on here. Everyone's different. Some people, what grease? What do you mean grease? Some people grease every time. Some people grease every now and then. I grease when it looks good. At the end of the season last year, I cleaned my ball off with some brake cleaner and just got it nice and clean and left the grease off over the winter. Even though we're still in winter, but this was kind of unexpected to pick the trailer up this early from getting the repairs. So, but as far as your grease, check with your manufacturer. Some suggest any old moly grease. Some suggest more moly grease or white lithium grease. Everyone's different. I usually grease almost every time. Just some light grease. And then I put this hitch ball cover on because that's greased up. There's grease inside here. And like I said, tomorrow I'm probably going to wear some more decent clothes. So when I go to hit into this or something, my wife's going to be mad. So I cover it because my leg is bound to hit it. Because for some reason, there's an oar around here that just attracts your legs, especially me. So I ended up with grease all over my clothes somehow anyway, even though I try not to. So hitch cover protects, or the ball cover protects it. Protects me, and that's pretty much it. We're good to go. So we're gonna go pick the trailer up tomorrow. We're gonna be a 3-part series, so definitely tune in to next part. I don't know if we're gonna mix them all together or if it's gonna be 3 separate videos due to length. I usually want to keep the videos around 20 minutes, 25 minutes. That's what I find is as a person is pretty easy going. So we'll see how it each is. The next part will show you what we do when we pick up the trailer, and then the third part will show you when we're done with storage. And there's two types of storage we do: either long term storage, where it's going to be like a month or two before we go out, or um, short storage. We're only storing it for like a week or so before we go out next time, our next weekend trip. So tune in next time. Thanks for hanging out with Weekends on Wheels, guys. I appreciate it, and we'll speak next time. Thanks. It's noogie